Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Carissa. I'm your host, Carissa Hill, and over the last 10 years, I've been helping salons and small business owners to rapidly grow their business using Facebook and Instagram and boosted posts and ads. I used to have a home salon that I turned into a chain of 5 salons. I set all that up to run without me. I managed to get it really busy really fast using social media. And ever since, I've been passionately helping small business owners to double or triple their businesses and double and triple the amount of money they make and even add multi-six figures to their business using social media. So in these episodes, I'm going to be sharing some actionable advice that you can use to grow your business and improve your lifestyle. Today, I'm going to help you understand how to double or triple your business using paid ads on Facebook and Instagram. A lot of people still aren't using Facebook and Instagram ads, or they're not using them correctly. And it's usually because they feel fearful of them. They're afraid of them. They think they're going to be a waste of money. They think they're going to cost too much. And they are really determined to figure it out on their own, or really determined to do things organically. Just because some people have this idea in their head that advertising is icky or sleazy, or people don't like it, or it's a turn off. If that's you, please listen to this one, because I want to help you understand how it's none of those things, and people can actually love your ads and choose your business because your ads are so good. Like, that is a thing that happens. That's what happened to my business. I always got people saying, "Oh, I saw your ads, I love them." And a lot of my clients and students who I do their ads for them, or I help them, get very similar feedback. So ads usually are icky and salesy if you are just focused on selling something, but there's a better way. There's a way to make your ads actually attractive and interesting, and people love them. The other reason why some people aren't running ads is because they've tried it already. Maybe they tried themselves, they tried boosting posts, or maybe they tried outsourcing them and hiring an agency, and they just did not get the results that they were hoping for, or get the results that they're expecting. Now, sometimes this is because either the ads or the posts that they boosted or set up themselves just didn't work very well, because the business owner just didn't know what they didn't know. And sometimes it's because they outsourced it to an agency who maybe didn't understand their industry, or didn't understand their products and services, didn't understand their clients. So for the last 10 or probably 11 years now, I've been helping salons mostly to make thousands of dollars from boosted posts. Like, if you go to my Instagram, if you go to my website, I've got hundreds and thousands of screenshots over the years of people who are like, "Oh, I spent $50 on a boosted post and I made $5,000, or I've spent $100 on ads this week and I made $4,000. And then when you do that every week, if you do the maths, if you make $4,000 every week, or you add $4,000 to your business every week, that's an extra like $250,000 a year that your business could be making. Even if you spend, $100 to $200 a week and you make an extra $1,000 a week from ads, that's an extra $52,000 a year that you will be making that you probably wouldn't have made if you didn't advertise. So the reason I personally love ads so much is it's just a faster way to grow. It's just a faster way to bring in a higher volume of clients. So if you are someone who is really determined to grow your business, like you just don't want to stay small, you want to keep growing, ads are the fastest way to make that happen. And sometimes you do have to try different types of ads, different styles of ads, different targeting options. Like, you have to try multiple times before you figure out what works best for you. And so sometimes when people start trying to run ads, they just give up too soon, because they have this idea in their head that when they boost a post, it's going to just take off the first time and they're going to make thousands of dollars. But they might boost a few posts and none of them work. And so then they start to think, well, ads don't work for me. Ads don't work anymore. Or maybe you've seen other people in Facebook groups, or in like other marketers or other, content creators trying to tell you things like ads don't work anymore, ads are outdated, ads. But look, the truth is advertising has been around since money has been around. Like, any business that wants to sell anything has to have a way to get it out there. And yes, you can use organic content. If you're very good at that, then you can use it very strategically to grow your business really big and really fast. I know people who do that. So there's nothing wrong with organic, and you should be doing that as well. But ads will just speed up and accelerate and like 2, 3, 4, 5 times your growth so much. So I want to tell you an example, both of my own business and one of my clients. So Vicky owns a hair salon. She's had this hair salon for a really long time, like 15 years or something like that. And it's always been pretty okay. You know, she has her regulars, she's doing pretty good, but she just wasn't getting as many new clients in as she needed to keep her team busy. And she just was feeling really stuck and plateaued and wanted to be making more money, basically. So Vicky came to me and was like, Carissa, I need some help. So I asked a bunch of questions. I wanted to find out from her what her top 3 most popular services are, like what most people come to her business wanted. This is the most important thing with ads. A lot of people's ads don't work because they're trying to promote things that are not what the market actually wants. So as an example, there might be a hair salon who's like, well, I want people to buy more smoothing treatments. This is what I want people to buy. But when they actually look at the numbers and the figures and the reports of their business, most of their clients are actually buying a full head of foils or just a color and a cut. So if you stay in your head, and I had to learn this the hard way myself too, because I kept trying to push things that I wanted people to buy, but people weren't actually buying those things. They were coming in for spray tans, they were coming in for hair extensions, they were coming in for lashes in my salons, and I was trying to push makeup and I was trying to push waxing. And I was like, why aren't people buying these services? I need to promote them more. That's actually not the way to grow your business quickly. The way to grow your business quickly is to look at what people are coming for without you having to promote them at all, and then spend ads on those things. And then you're going to accelerate so much. So you kind of have to detach emotionally from where the money comes from and what services the money comes from. If you want to make a lot of money in your business, you have to look at what are the people spending their money on? What do people want to buy? So anyway, back to my story. And I'm going to do that a lot. My brain jumps all over the place. Vicky, her top 3 services were a full head of foils, grey coverage, and a wash and blow dry. So what we did then, we don't just set up one ad for each service either, because you're guaranteed to kind of fail if you just set up one ad and you put it out there and you're like, well, I hope this works. You want to set up at least like 3 to 5 ads per service and then run them for a couple of weeks. And then the people who see the ads, you're going to figure out which ads work best by looking at the results that come from them. So let's say you have 3 ads running for a full head of foils, 3 ads running for grey coverage, and 3 ads running for a wash and blow dry. And you might have 3 different ideas for a wash and blow dry. There might be a wash and blow dry membership. There might be your 50% off your first wash and blow dry. There might be special occasion birthday blow dry or something like that, promotions that you've got going on, right? So you want to test these different angles of promoting these things. And then you want to spend, I recommend at least $20 a day. If you're really small business and you're just starting out, then start with $5 a day. Totally possible. It's just slower, but it still works. But yeah, $20 a day at least minimum to get the fastest results if you're going to be running like a lot of ads at once. And then you wait and you look at the numbers every day. Typically, there's a lot of marketers out there that will tell you like, oh, you have to have a 12-week kind of waiting period before you find out what works best or not. That's a load of bullshit. You can get results from an ad in like one day if it's a good ad. So all of my clients, whether I'm doing their ads for them or whether they're in my, online classes, I try to get them making money as quickly as possible so that the ads cover the cost of the ads and the ads cover the cost of the investment. Like I see ads as like having your own personal little ATM once they're working, or it's like guaranteed gambling. Like when you've got something that works, you put money in and you make way more back. The hardest thing is just getting something to work to start with. And even if you just get one ad working to bring customers in and making more money, then you just use more money, spend more, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, back to the point again. So we run 9 ads for Vicky for the first week or 2. You start to quickly see that like, well, this one's working and those 2 aren't. The trick here also is you have to remove the emotional attachment to any ads. If you thought an ad was really good, like sometimes I'll come up with this great idea and I'm like, oh, this ad's going to be amazing. And I put it out there and it like, nobody likes it, but they like this other one that I did that I thought was like kind of lame. The most important thing is to always listen to the market, always listen to what the people want, because that's where the money's going to come from and that's where you're going to serve people. People literally tell you with their attention and with their money what they want from you. And if you can listen, you're going to be so much more successful than someone else who doesn't want to listen to that and just being like, no, but I want to be known for this. I want people to do this. I want to promote this. This is what I want people to buy. That doesn't necessarily matter. Sometimes that does happen. Sometimes you're obsessed with something and it's the thing that people want to buy. Perfect. That's exactly what you want. But sometimes if you're trying to force something and it's not working, you need to change direction. You need to just take that little ego off and be like, fine, okay, I admit defeat. Let's listen to the market. Let's figure out what they want. Let's test some more ideas. And yeah, anyway. So once again, back to the story. Vicky started getting heaps of messages coming in for like 3 out of the 9 ads. So we turn 6 of them off. We turn the ones off, and then all of the ad spend goes towards the ads that are working. And that way, then you're going to start getting so many more messages, so many more people coming in. Now, with social media ads, there are so many different types. And I'll do another episode about all the different types of ads that you can run, because you can boost stories, you can boost carousels, you can boost reels, you can do text-only posts, you can do just retargeting. Like, there's so much. But to keep it simple, message ads are really good for hair and beauty salons because people see the ad and they click the message button and then they inquire, hey, I'm interested in this. So we run message ads. She starts getting, let's say, 5 messages a day from them, 10 messages a day. And then not every single person that messages is going to buy, right? So this is another reason why people kind of give up too soon, because they lose hope. They're like, oh, these ads aren't working. These ads are attracting the wrong people. These ads are attracting time wasters. These leads are bad, that kind of thing. Whereas no, that's not what. If the ads are bringing people to you, then the ads are working. The ads are doing their job. If you're actually getting leads from the ads and the ads are working, the next thing that you need to get working is the sales process and the sales conversation. And this is where you need to understand the different types of people. So in one of my courses, I have a video called the 5 different types of people that you'll experience in your inbox. And it ranges from anyone, like there's some people who are ready to buy right now and they're like, yep, I want this, book me in. All the way to people that are like literally just a little bit curious but not ready, and they need more time. They need you to ask questions. They need you to give them information. They need you to build a relationship with them, right? So if you have to put yourself in the customer's shoes, otherwise you're just going to get frustrated at everyone. And this is, again, where your ego comes in. Your ego just wants things for yourself. Your ego is like, I just want to make money. I just want to get bookings. If that's not happening, then everyone else sucks and it's not my fault. I'm really big on teaching people to manage their ego in their business because it is literally the key. So if that's been you in the past, I just invite you to possibly change your perspective around it and see people as like, okay, so maybe if you think about yourself and you see an ad, do you contact that business and buy from that ad immediately the first time that you see it? I know I don't. I might buy from a business but I might have to see that ad like 10 to 20 times before I'm actually warmed up enough to inquire or research or click to their website or explore it. And then I might inquire about something and get some information and get some prices, but then I might want to think about it for another couple of weeks or something. And then I might decide that, yes, I want that. I might see some more ads for it in that time and be like, fine, yep, cool, I want it. Or I might not. And it depends what the thing is. It depends on the service. It depends on the pricing. Like, this differs for all types of hair and beauty salons. Like, if you're in permanent cosmetics, like getting brows done isn't usually an impulse decision, or getting your lips tattooed. People aren't going to book from that the first time they see an ad. So if you're going to advertise, you have to have it as a long-term growth strategy. Like, commit to advertising for 6 months. 12 weeks, 12 weeks is a good start, 3 months. But like, give yourself a budget and commit to spending it every single week, regardless of if you get someone from that ad or not. That's what I did when I was growing my salon. So I was like, look, when I compared my small business to all of these other big successful businesses, one of the main differences was they all advertise. And my small little home business wasn't advertising because I was too scared. Or I was like, I just want to do everything as cheap as possible. I just want to get customers without spending money. That was my mindset. And I had to change that to be like, and this is how you manifest things too, right? You have to start acting as though you are the person that you want to become. So I would be like, well, if the successful business is advertised, then I'm going to give myself a budget of like whatever I could afford at the beginning, which was like $35 a week or $50 a week. And I'm going to advertise every week, whether my ads work or not. And I'm going to figure out what type of posts get clients and which type of posts don't. So I would boost a post every week or I boost a post every day. And I really quickly figured out which type of posts got me bookings and which type of posts got me nothing. Then we've got to get into, how to talk to people in the DMs. If you've got to figure out who the type of person is that you're talking to. If someone messages you from an ad and you literally just try to sell them something straight away and you just expect them to buy, then you're basically doomed to fail and you're going to give up. You have to be like, okay, so who is this person? Are they ready to buy? Are they not? Are they wanting information? Where are they at? Have they been thinking about it for a little while? Have they done their research already? You need to be the one to start a conversation and ask people questions. And there's such an art to this as well. There's so many different ways that you can do it. But you also have to remember that when people message you off an ad, a lot of them, they don't know you yet. They don't trust you yet. They're usually skeptical. A lot of people, if you don't start that conversation well, they're going to ghost you because they're just going to see you as someone that's trying to sell them something. So you really have to start off that conversation to soften, let them feel comfortable enough to have a chat with you. So Vicky's really good at that. Back to my story. And she managed to book in like 10 people a week, 8 people a week for multi-hundreds of dollars services. So she started adding an extra $4,000 a week to her salon. She booked out her staff. She booked out one of her new apprentices with one of the blow dry offers. She booked out her senior stylists with the full head of foils. And then she focused on keeping those clients rebooking and coming back and becoming regulars, which is also equally important, because then that extra $4,000 that you made in a week, then you make that again 6 weeks from now when they come back, or 8 weeks from now, or however frequently they come back. And then that's how the money that you make from ads is going to compound. So let's say Vicky spent $500 on ads in a week and she made $4,000 to $5,000. Sometimes you can make that from less. Sometimes you could spend $100 in a week, $200 in a week and make $4,000. Like, it's so much more than you spend. Like, if you put $500 into a pokies machine, which I'm not going to recommend that you do, and you got $4,000 back every time, how many times would you do that? I'd be just sitting there all day doing it, or at least once a week. Like, just you just keep doing it, right? But for some reason, the risk and the return on investment, like the percentage that you're actually going to make more, is so much more than gambling, right? You can go play the lotto every week. You can go the casino every week, whatever, and put money in, but you've got such a low percentage of making money back. So low. But with Facebook or Instagram ads, the percentage, like, you can figure it out in a couple of weeks. You can get something working in a couple of weeks, and then it's just this, then you just keep doing it, right? So that was always my mindset around it. I was like, I'm making more than I spend, so I may as well just keep doing it and keep spending more. And then you obviously want to focus on retention and keeping as many clients as you can coming back, because that's where all of your, compounding money is going to come from. But yeah, Vicky managed to consistently bring in at least $4,000 a week extra on top of what she was already making from her ads, and so has added an extra $250,000 a year in revenue to her business because she started advertising, which is huge. That can take your business from like $300,000 a year to $500,000 a year. That could take your business from $200,000 to $400,000 a year. That's a massive increase in a year. And that's what I used to do in my own salon. And that's how I grew from a home salon into 1 shop, into 2 shops, into 3 shops, 4 shops, 5 shops. And then I did the exact same thing in my coaching business too when I first started. At first, I was just doing organic content for the whole first year. I think I made $150,000. And then when I started advertising, the second year was $300,000. The next year was $600,000. And then I jumped up to $1 million. Just because when you find something that's working, you just go all in on it. The thing that stops most people is their minds. It's just fear. It's either I don't know what to do, so I won't do anything. It's just like overwhelm because you're not clear. You don't have the clarity. You don't have the guidance. It could be other people's voices getting in your head, like I said before, of people online that are trying to sell you something or trying to sell you into their own ideas, being like, advertising's bad, don't do it, it's a waste of money, nobody advertises anymore. Or you could just be like, no, I'm a serious business owner. I want to build a serious business, and serious businesses advertise. And you don't, as I said before, your ads don't have to be boring. Your ads don't have to be annoying. People can see your ads and be like, oh my God, I love that. What a cool ad. It doesn't have to be, ooh, that business is trying to sell me things. That's what you don't want to do. That doesn't work. I don't recommend that. You need to make your ads entertaining or interesting, educational, exciting. So if you want your business to grow a lot faster, I highly recommend starting to consider advertising. If you've done it before and you gave up, try again. Please don't let a bad experience stop you from trying again. I have to teach my kids this all the time too, and my students. Your kid might try and ride a bike and then they fall off. You're like, it's okay, keep going. You will get it if you keep trying. And the same is true for advertising. It's scary at first if you don't know what you're doing. but it doesn't have to be. As soon as you learn how to do it, like any new skill, like remember when you started doing the services that you're doing in your business, when you first took a course in whatever you're doing, like you don't know what you're doing at the start and now you're amazing at it. Same thing for marketing, same thing for ads. If you want to try and do it yourself, go for it. It's possible. There's so much information out there. You can research and learn. But if you're someone who just wants someone to show you what to do and teach you how to do it and help you get it working faster so that you don't waste a lot of money and so that you don't waste a lot of time, then that's what I'm here for. That's what I help people with every single day. I even help people come up with the ideas for their promotions. I help people write the ads for them. If you don't know what to write and you're stuck, if that's holding you back, then, that's what I've been doing every single day of my life, writing ads. I'm driving my kids to and from school, coming up with ad ideas in the car, asking Siri to write them down in my notes. Like, it's just, my brain just works in selling things and ads, and I get really excited about it. And I especially love the hair and beauty industry. So if you'd like some information for how I could help you, come over to my Instagram at Carissa Hill Coach, and it's in my links in bio. You can go to my Peace, Love and Profit page and I will show you how that all works. And I promise you, it's not too expensive, it's not too scary, and you will make so much money back. So much. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope I have motivated you to see what's possible with ads, and I hope that I've tried to make them seem a little bit less scary. Because if you do own a business and you're trying to get more clients and you've been feeling stuck for months and months and months, maybe even years, and you're just plateaued, you're at that same level, nothing's kind of growing, you get new clients, but then they don't come back or another one drops off and you're just like stuck and you want more, you want more clients, you want to grow bigger, you want to make more money, you're capable of it, you have the capacity for it. Using advertising is going to help you get there much faster than trying to do organic posts every day and hoping to go viral. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for listening today. I would love to know what you think of this. If you'd like to leave a comment, make sure to like and subscribe. I've got more episodes coming. And make sure to come over and join my Facebook group, Coffee with Carissa, if you have more questions that you'd like me to answer in a future episode. Thank you so much.